Have you ever wondered,
Am I anxious just because this is just one of my patterns? Or am I anxious because something in this relationship just doesn't feel right? Or is it something else completely unknown?
we're often taught that our anxiety is something that exists within ourselves. But what if that's not the whole picture? What if your anxiety exists somewhere else as well?
And that's an important distinction because if we keep labeling anxiety as mine, I end up taking responsibility for things that are actually not me.
Or what if we blame someone else for something that's been existing in our nervous system for a long time?
So today we're going to look at 3 areas so you can start to hear what anxiety is trying to tell you.
So grab a pen and let's begin. Hey everyone, we're Jeff and Ellen, life and relationship coaches.
And today we're talking about anxiety. What makes it tricky is that we don't know where our anxiety is coming from sometimes. And if we don't know the source of it, we can't solve it. We don't know how to fix it. We don't know how to address our anxious feelings.
And then when we can't address our anxious feelings, that uncertainty actually creates more anxiety. So we start to double and triple up or grow our anxiety.
I feel anxious about me feeling anxious.
We're not actually taught to honor anxiety from when we're young. We don't grow up, most of us, actually recognizing we have to become good detectives at what our anxiety is and that we can be good at doing that. And so when we feel low-grade anxiety,
we don't pay attention to it.
Then it does what it's supposed to do, because anxiety is meant to be a messenger. It's not a villain. It's meant to get our attention. And so when it doesn't, it does what it's supposed to do. It turns up the volume. It gets bigger until it gets big enough that now we have to see it.
And that's like a lot of emotions. Stress as well. When stress gets out of hand, we're aware of it. But when stress is small, we have learned not to tune into this. And so that's why anxious feelings go unaddressed. Let's look at the first place to look at, and that's self.
Yeah.
What am I bringing to the table that might be making me feel anxious? And this is really about my nervous system. This is about the history this is how I have learned to engage with my day. Mm-hmm. And this are about the habits and the patterns and the thoughts and the worries that I repeatedly bring into everyday life, and that affects you.
And again, so it'll depend on how good your relationship is with yourself. How good are you at detecting and connecting with what you're feeling, how you're being impacted? So first is detection, and then how are you at expressing it or resolving that? And if both of those aren't very good, then the anxiety is going to persist.
So for example, a very first morning thought might be, oh, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball already, or I'm not measuring up in some way.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm already behind, that's causing anxious feelings inside me. And so that might be the first place to look. What is it that I'm thinking about the world? Or what is my relational stance? Oh, I have to guard myself because everything is scary. Or I have to protect myself. It might be what I'm bringing into the room, the energy that I have that's promoting and causing situations where there might be anxiety here.
And then that would be easy from that place to, like, if I'm feeling some of those things like, oh my God, I'm behind in my day. I don't think I have enough time in the day. I'm already sort of not succeeding and I have that angst in me. It would be easy for me to take it out on you, because as you sleepily wake up or you decide to sleep in and thinking you are creating anxiety for me because you're slowing me down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my anxiety might be already part of a well-rehearsed pattern from childhood. And yes, going back in time and thinking about childhood, maybe I just learned I had to go things alone. And maybe that's the pattern I'm bringing, is this mantra that if it's meant to be, it's up to me to do it. And so that stress and anxiety, that I have a belief that I have to do this, I have to be a self-made person, that causes stress. That causes anxiety when you feel like, oh, I don't have other resources to connect to.
Yeah. And so it's also helpful if you start looking at, is this feeling of anxiety that I'm feeling today familiar? Meaning, have I felt this before? Is this a common feeling I felt in past relationships? Do I feel it even in any of my current relationships, not just romantic, but in any other relationships that I have? Is there a reoccurring theme to my anxiety that I can trace?
Yeah. If this is happening in various points through your day, when I'm eating breakfast, when I'm with my partner, on the commute to work, at work, with people I work with my kids, at the parent-teacher association meetings, if it's happening with great regularity, there's a high probability that it's stemming from inside of you. The second place to look for anxiety is maybe it is happening in your relationship. Maybe this is the source of it. Maybe between you and your partner, you have a culture of unresolved conflict. Maybe you guys don't have conflict skills. That can be anxiety inducing. Maybe there's arguments that need to be talked out. Maybe you guys don't have enough repair happening between you, and that's not feeling okay. It feels unsettled for you.
And sometimes in your relationship, it's actually the anxiety is a reflection of a dysfunctional relationship because you're not getting your needs met. Maybe you're not actually good at seeing each other's needs, but also in relationships, our arguments tend to be about, do I have power in this relationship? Am I respected in this relationship? Is there trust?
And am I seen as an equal in this relationship?
So the anxiety might be representative of, yes, some of these really core needs that you value, and you need to be happy and feel safe in the relationship and feel like my partner has my back, is coming out in anxiety.
Relationships are meant to have this connection so that we feel like we're being emotionally met by the other partner. And if that's not happening, that can just promote more of the aloneness. I gotta go it alone. And so being with you, it might be that, oh, when I'm in here, it just highlights the fact that I'm more alone. So the way you connect with your partner may be a cause of your anxiety as well. The third place to look is out in the world. Yes, we can look at internal circumstances in myself and between us, but sometimes it's external factors.
Yeah.
And those external factors aren't small. The world seems quite chaotic. There's wars happening all the time. Uncertainty is being promoted. We don't know if we're going left or right.
There's a lot of sort of binary behavior and thinking, a lot of polarized thoughts being put out there. We have access to opinions and news and energy all the time.
Stuff about the earth. Is the earth going to hell in a handbag? Are we destroying the earth? What the political system is?
Economic systems?
Money? Are we going into another war? All of this can be quite anxiety inducing. And so how much are you putting yourself available to world events? And that might be stirring your system.
And then there's the rest of your life, because you may be going to work that day, or there's all the other responsibilities in your life. You have parents, friends, other relationships.
Yeah, you may have aging parents. That causes stress. The obligation to your parents can cause stress. Work may be causing you stress. Maybe you have too long of a commute. Maybe you're working too many hours. Maybe there's just a promotion of high productivity at work. Or maybe it's you believe that there needs to be high productivity at home. Maybe we just are too overscheduled in life. If you have children, maybe they are causing stress. If you have a newborn, oh man, life is just, you just try to get through because life it's very stressful at that point.
So what we're getting at is that there's lots of sources to create the feelings of anxiety that come from outside your world every day. And we just have to move through them to get on with the day. And we don't realize the impacts that they're having. But somewhere they have to get expressed. And over time, if they build and build and build, one way is it comes out with anxious feelings.
So what's the first step in solving your anxiety? We have to find out the source. And so one exercise is your half-day check-in. At lunch, pause, check in. What has happened already in my day that might be the inciting incident, the instigator for me feeling anxious.
Even if it feels small, write it down.
Yeah. Was it because I didn't sleep well that night? Something I heard in the news, an email, a conversation. It might be something when I first showed up at work. Find out what it is in the first half of the day. If you wait until your head hits the pillow, that's just too big of a time to look back and uncover what are all the various things in my day that might have made me anxious. That's just too big of a project. So do it as a half day.
I can already hear the sounds of some people who would be saying, oh my God, Jeff and Ellen, if I, at the half day, do you know how many bits of anxiety-ridden things I encounter in the day? It'd be too many for me to write down. But then that actually is the biggest clue of all.
That you don't have to use your whole day. The morning is enough.
And anxiety doesn't go away just because you become aware of where it's coming from. It just helps you understand how your life is creating anxiety and the changes that you may need to make so that it goes away.
And so the takeaway here is not to point fingers, to blame. We don't want you to offload your responsibility. We don't want to offload the agency that you have. What we want to point out is that there's more than one source that can be causing you to feel anxious. And that is part of a relational ecosystem. It's a mix of me, we, and maybe external world that's causing me to feel anxious. And so it's not one source, it might be many.
As a matter of fact, it's usually many. And when we ask the question, where is my anxiety coming from? The question itself wants to distill it down into one answer in one place. And that's what throws us off right from the beginning. So if you can start to realize where are the sources that my anxiety is coming from, that'll help you more. Or if you're having difficulty pinpointing those sources, that's where we come in. This is what we do, and we'd be happy to help. If you're
interested, we're going to put a link in the description for you to get a free 30-minute discovery call. We'll talk about what's causing you stress, what's behind your anxiety, and how we can help.
And if you've enjoyed watching this video, please hit the subscribe button and share it with anyone you think could use this information.
And please check out this next video here for more relationship patterns and help.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.